there. Welcome to episode 15 of Practice Your Positive Daily, the podcast. I am your host, Sass, your coach, your friend, your pal, your trainer. We are getting swole on the good vibes. We are putting some hustle in our positivity muscle. I got class, I got sass, and I got a great personality. And that's what you're here for. We're here to have fun and to make the best of our mindset, improve our mindset in a fun, action-oriented way, just like we train our bodies. And so today's vibe check, imagine this. Imagine one of those big, strong dudes, right? Like Olympia size muscles. You know, the ones that look like they're smuggling pork chops under their armpits. One of those big old dudes. Now imagine that same big old super strong dude who's so inflexible that he can't tie his shoes, that he can't sit on the floor and play with his dog or sit crisscross applesauce or scratch that itch on his back. Super strong, not real flexible. What you can do with your strength is limited when you are not flexible. Just like having a flexible body is a more comfortable place to live, right? You have a flexible body, you tolerate stress, you can be in awkward situations. It's the same way with our minds. When we're flexible in our minds, we're adaptable, we're playful, we tolerate awkward situations, we tolerate short bouts of stress. We know that we can juke and we can jive and we can keep moving forward when we're flexible. So how do you know if your mind isn't flexible? So just like the big dude who can't tie his shoes, there's usually some signs. And so some of those signs are that it's your way or the highway, you know, in that there's only one way to do things. It looks a little bit like control. It can look like judgment of others, judgment of other ways. It can look like a lack of creativity, a lack of problem solving. It can look like you're stuck in your ways. It can look like judging or criticizing the younger generations, believing everything you think, labeling things. These are all ways that our mind gets stuck. And just like having a flexible body counters our body's natural tendency to stiffen and to tighten. You know, you sit at your desk, you sit in the car, what that's sitting, your body gets tight, right? It constricts it. That's its natural reaction. And so we stretch to undo that. We stretch to counter this natural reaction of our bodies. And we have to stretch our minds in the same way. It counters our tendency to harden and close our minds, to be stubborn, to be judgmental, to be stuck in our ways. And I don't know about you, but that's never helped my positivity. It's never helped me to be my way or the highway. It's never helped me to be controlling. It's never helped me to label myself that I can't do something. So how do we get more flexible in our minds, right? We can stretch our minds by empathizing with others, considering other perspectives when there's a problem, understanding multiple points of view, getting creative. We don't have to worry about being perfect. We don't have to worry about getting it right. We don't have to worry about being cool. Try a new way. Allow yourself to grow. Learn new information. Read about the counterpoint. If you strongly believe something, read about why maybe others might not believe that. Other cultures. It's this flexibility. There are a million ways to play the game of life. The more I see others play their game in different ways and be successful and be happy and be positive, when I see them, it opens up other avenues for me to explore, for me to be more flexible, for me to try new things. So that's today's training tip. Today's training tip is find 3 ways today to practice flexibility in your mind. Take a new way home from work. Ask your spouse, your partner, your kiddo how to do something, your coworker, and do something their way. Read about something that is contrary to your point of view. Read about something that you have no experience in. Read something from somebody with a different cultural background or a different life experience. Be creative. Try something new. Flip the order of your routine. Move your furniture around in your house. Wear your hair different. Anything that is an exploration, a curiosity, craving for new, an openness to new. Flexibility in our mind keeps us open, keeps us curious, keeps us playful, keeps us less judgmental. All things that help us practice our positive. And for the physical example of flexibility, if you are having a hard time touching your toes, no big deal. You just need to practice. And so maybe take a few forward bends, a few forward folds throughout your day. Let yourself hang. Slowly, you'll get more flexible. And last bonus tip for all this flexibility stuff, don't label yourself. I think a lot of times with our physical flexibility and with our mental flexibility, although we might not think about it, we label ourselves. That same person who can't touch their toes says, "Oh, I'm just not a flexible person." No, that's not true. That's not true. What's true is that you haven't practiced it. What's true is that you haven't done it. Just like saying, "I'm not a strong person." No, you just haven't lifted weights. You just haven't done it. "I'm not coordinated." No, you're not. You're coordinated. You just haven't done enough reps. You just need to practice it. You need to find what works for you. It's the same with our minds. Don't label yourself that, "Oh, I'm stuck," or "I can't change," or "I'm this generation," or "I'm this," or "I'm that." Skip the label and practice flexibility. That's it. This should be a fun one. I want to hear if you had some creative ways to practice your flexibility. I love you, as I always do, and I always will. And thank you so much for showing up today to the Positivity Gym. Keep your heart open and keep practicing your positive.